जो रियलिटी है, जो सच्चाई है, क्या हम ये एआई हमें उस रियलिटी से दूर ले जा रहा है?
The platforms have a big role to play here, is what I would say. Definitely, if you go to the Instagram, your Instagram, my Instagram, or even someone else's will be very, very different because of the way how we are interacting with these platforms.
How do you think the education system might change according to your understanding of AI?
I think what will happen is we will all have our own personalized AI companions or let's say AI teachers, which is going to be let's say tied to every single student. So हर किसी का अपना खुद का एक AI system होगा and it will be guiding it at every point of time.
How do you see AI affecting the relationships in real life?
See, आज के दिन में भी अगर आप देखेंगे in the age of social media, like you rightly mentioned कि हमारे बहुत सारे groups बने हुए हैं, but then how many of them are we actually in touch with? Right? I mean,
personally connected,
to, right? I mean, all of them, we are just having some messages and all that. Even in case of birthday, as an example, we are wishing them happy birthday on a message, on a group, right? But we are not even picking up a call or meeting them or celebrating it, right? So I think that human touch, that human emotion is definitely on a decline.
Hello and welcome to a new segment of She Slays. आज हम बात करने वाले हैं एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक की, जो कहा जाता है कि शायद हम सबका फ्यूचर है. यस, यू गॉट इट राइट. एआई, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. लेकिन क्या एआई को हम सिर्फ उसके चमकते हुए चेहरे को देख रहे हैं, या उसके पीछे कुछ छुपे हुए ऐसे राज हैं जिनको हम नजरअंदाज कर रहे हैं? आज हम बात करेंगे इस इसेंशियल टॉपिक की, जो ना ही सिर्फ हमें बल्कि हमारी आने वाली जनरेशन, हमारी आने वाली पीढ़ी को एक बहुत बड़े तरीके से अफेक्ट करने वाला है, क्योंकि एआई अब एजुकेशन सिस्टम का भी एक बहुत एसेंशियल हिस्सा बन चुका है. सो विथ मी टुडे टू टॉक अबाउट आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, आई हैव अ वेरी यंग एंड डायनामिक पर्सनालिटी. ही इज हिमांशु उप्रेती, जो एआई पैलेट नाम की कंपनी के को फाउंडर हैं. ये कंपनी सीपीजीज को हेल्प करती है टू इंट्रोड्यूस न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स इन द मार्केट. हिमांशु को फोर्ब्स ने 30 अंडर 30 में रिकॉग्नाइज किया है. इनको NASSCOM इमर्ज 50 का अवार्ड मिला है एंड व्हाट नॉट. अ वेरी टैलेंटेड पर्सन एंड आई एम सो हैप्पी एंड ग्लैड कि आज उन्होंने टाइम निकाला टू टॉक टू अस अबाउट दिस वेरी वेरी एसेंशियल टॉपिक कॉल्ड आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. सो हिमांशु, वेलकम टू माई स्टूडियो एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर स्पेयरिंग दिस टाइम. और ये जो टॉपिक है जिसको हम आई थिंक शायद नज़रअंदाज कर रहे हैं, या आई डोंट नो कि जो हम सुन रहे हैं वो सच है. आज आप ये सारे मिथ्स को प्लीज बस्ट कीजिए. तो सबसे पहला जो मैंने वर्ड यूज किया, मिथ. आप ये बताइए, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का सबसे बड़ा मिथ क्या है जो हम सोचते हैं रियलिटी है?
Sure. Firstly, thank you so much, Captain Amrit, कि आपने मेरे को यहाँ पे इनवाइट किया है अपनी ऑडियंस के साथ शेयर करने के लिए, मेरे व्यूज को शेयर करने के लिए बुलाया. I think I have been working in the AI space for almost a decade now, and I think one of the biggest myth जो कि मैंने देखा है around AI is कि people think AI is the solution to all their problems. They think of it as a magic crystal ball.
Correct.
कि उसमें जाके they will just ask any problem in the world and it will give them the answer. And it is not just as people, even the big companies. I mean the companies, the corporates, the B2B, everyone thinks like that. Achha. But actually AI still is a little far from that. It is not one size fit all model which can give you all the answers. It is still in a state जहाँ पे कि आपको उसे context देना पड़ेगा. It does not have a brain of its own, as an example. So आप उससे जो भी information लेंगे उसको आपको अपने context में apply करना होगा. And that's where if you will see prompt engineering is very very important. Right. लोग जो prompt होता है उसमें fine tuning करके AI से best response लेते हैं. So ultimately it's the human who is driving the machine and not the other way around, at least so far.
So you're saying that AI अभी nascent stage पे है?
I would say कि nascent से थोड़ा आगे बढ़ गया है, क्योंकि after the ChatGPT, I think everyone has become accustomed to using the AI, or at least has been exposed to using the AI. And आज के दिन में I think hardly ऐसे कोई लोग होंगे who have not been exposed to AI. I think everyone is using it in one way or the other. So definitely it is more widespread आज के दिन में, और you can say a little bit more mainstream. And a lot of the cases people don't even realize कि AI use हो रहा है, but underlying the AI is getting used एज एन एग्जांपल अगर आप नेटफ्लिक्स पे जाते हो या Amazon प्राइम पे जाते हो, जो रिकमेंडेशंस आ रहे हैं ऑफ द मूवीज, दैट्स एक्चुअली एआई एक्शन, राइट? सिमिलरली अगर आप इवन इन टर्म्स ऑफ लेट्स से अगर आप उबर पे जा रहे हो एंड यू आर बुकिंग अ कैब फॉर योरसेल्फ या फिर ओला पे जा रहे हो, सो द टाइम एक्सेट्रा दैट इट इज कैलकुलेटिंग, ऑल ऑफ दोस आर बेस्ड ऑन द एआई एल्गोरिथम्स. So there is definitely a lot of ways in which AI is being used, but वो एक electricity की तरह है कि आपको पता नहीं चलता, but it is actually powering a lot of the things around you.
But are we overestimating कि human brain के comparison में artificial intelligence को क्या हम overestimate कर रहे हैं?
I think एक चीज जो कि मैंने हमेशा देखी है, even if you look at the history of human and the technology advancement is कि हम लोग काफी बार शॉर्ट टर्म में बहुत सारी चीजों को ओवर एस्टिमेट करते हैं और लॉन्ग टर्म में अंडर एस्टिमेट करते हैं. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग विद एआई एज वेल, कि आज के दिन में पीपल आर थिंकिंग कि एआई ये कर देगा, एआई वो कर देगा, बट आई थिंक एआई विल स्टिल टेक अ बिट ऑफ टाइम, बट इन नेक्स्ट 10 years the possibilities could be very very different, which even you and I cannot maybe predict कि वो exactly क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा.
So आप कह रहे हो कि जैसे AI जो है, it is all human brain fed into the system somehow, a little bit on those lines. तो I just want to continue the question. तो आपको क्या लगता है कि जब हम human brain या human mind को कहीं ना कहीं feed in कर रहे हैं, तो हमारे flaws जो है, क्या हम वो भी feed in कर देंगे? Can we manipulate AI in any ways?
Oh, of course, and I think that's one of the big challenges with the models, with the AI models today. Because AI is as good as the data on which it is trained on.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is कि अगर आपके data में आपने biases हैं, अगर उसमें underlying favor है to a certain type of people, then AI will start acting in the same manner, and it will start doing that. I'll give you one very simple example. So this is something which happened at Amazon a long time back. Around I think 10 years back. So उस टाइम पे क्या हुआ था कि AI Amazon ने अपना खुद का एक रिक्रूटिंग AI मॉडल बनाया था.
Okay.
ठीक है, and the whole objective was कि you will pass the candidate profiles into that model, and it will give you top 5 let's say resumes out of it, which you can then interview and you can take those candidates further. बट आई थिंक सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या हुआ कि जो डेटा ट्रेन करने के लिए यूज हुआ था फॉर दैट मॉडल, इट वाज एक्चुअली ऑल द ओल्ड एम्प्लॉइज ऑफ Amazon who were all white, who were all male. So model started biasing against the female candidates unknowingly, right? And they only realized it once they started looking at the results. And I think that's just the truth about the AI model कि अगर आप उसमें biases रखोगे, so automatically it will start acting in that particular direction. There was another very interesting thing which happened. So there was a chatbot जो कि Microsoft ने launch करा था on the Twitter, where for example you could ask it a question and it would answer you back.
Okay.
And what started happening is a lot of people, because they were pushing a lot of the racist content,
okay,
it started acting in a racist manner, and the Microsoft had to shut it down. क्योंकि वो let's say
when did this happen? कब हुआ था ये?
So this was around 2018 or 2017, around that particular time frame, right? And obviously you can imagine the repercussions of it, and Microsoft had to completely shut it down. And they actually went on to say कि वो chatbot Hitler बन गया था, उसके thoughts Hitler की तरह हो गए थे, right? That it was starting to, let's say, discriminate among the Jews. It was starting to give out all the, like, you know, all the worst galis that you can think of.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Because मुझे मूवी याद आ रही है I, Robot. We had seen this movie many years ago. मुझे ईयर याद नहीं है उस मूवी का, लेकिन उस समय इस तरह का कुछ कंटेंट देखना was very scary. कि एक रोबोट के अंदर इतना ज्यादा एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग अपने आप ही आ गई थी कि it started taking decisions by itself. So what do you think? क्या AI कभी ऐसे स्टेज पे पहुंच पाएगा? Because robots are already coming. We see the first lady robot जो I think space में भी जाने वाली है, recent development जो हुई है. So what is your opinion on that?
Yeah. So I think very interestingly, by the way, about iRobot, it was set up in the year 2035, which is just 10 साल अभी से,
जो अभी तक आया नहीं है समय,
and which is like about to come in maybe 10 years.
Correct.
I think now there are two paths to it, right? So one is the humanoid robots, that those are already out there, and I think in 5 to 10 years time frame, I do feel they will become pretty much democratized, and you will have them, like, you know, either at a McDonald's cafe serving the burgers, and you might have them at even home for that matter. Maybe not in India, but at least in US for sure, because I think the pace at which the technology is moving, it is surprising even the experts who have been in that field.
The other day I saw a company, I'm sorry to cut you, but आपने जब ये बात करी मुझे ध्यान आया कि मैंने एक मशीन देखी, आपको सिर्फ सूखा आटा और वो डालना है उसके अंदर, या दाल और सब्जी और वो सब डालना है, सब कुछ बन के उस तरफ बाहर निकल के आ रहा था. This is also the same thing you're talking about?
Correct, yeah, exactly. So I think a lot of the autonomous part is already starting to happen. So what I mean by the autonomous system is and that's where the agentic AI is becoming very, very popular these days. So agentic AI is a system which can start taking decisions on its own, right? So it's basically a set of decisions which it can take. To give you an example, let's say अगर आपका autonomous system है in your kitchen, right? So what it will do is it will firstly go through your fridge. It will identify कि क्या चीजें खत्म हो गई है, क्या चीजें short में है. Let's say milk आपका खत्म हो गया है, या फिर let's say bread वगैरह खत्म हो गई है, सब्जियां खत्म हो गई हैं. So then what it will do is it will automatically order them from Blinkit and Zepto, and then it will also know your calendar. उसे पता होगा कि let's say 9 to 6 आप ऑफिस में रहते हो, आप घर पे नहीं रहते हो, and it will schedule the delivery accordingly in the time slot in which you are not available, right? And not just that, it can also integrate with your MyGate. तो MyGate के साथ integrate हो सकता है, entry allow कर सकता है to the person, and finally the delivery person can actually deliver it right at your footstep without you getting involved in any of the steps.
Oh my God.
Right? So this is the autonomous system. This is the agentic AI, which is like, removing all those touch points and making it end to end. I think this is already started to happen, and in next 10 years, this will definitely reach आराम से हो जाएगा. I think one area which I think is still a debatable topic, which is कि क्या AI का खुद का brain हो पाएगा? Can it start thinking on its own?
You think it won't be possible?
I think it's something which maybe we are not able to predict right now. Because so far it has not happened. But at the end of it, I will also tell you this, कि every single company in the world is working towards it. Everyone is working towards AGI, whether it is OpenAI, whether it is Meta, because I think they want to do something which is groundbreaking. But at the same time, the fear that we all have is कि उसको हम लोग गार्ड रेल, उसको हम लोग चेक्स में कैसे रखेंगे. And I think that's obviously on every one of them is starting to think about that, कि उसको चेक्स में कैसे रखना है. But at the same time, it's a scary thing, because if machines are starting to have their own thoughts, then you don't know what is the move that they are going to take.
क्योंकि recently एक आर्टिकल मैंने पढ़ा जिसमें मार्क ज़करबर्ग is saying कि जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है, इट इज शोइंग साइंस की ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन के बिना वो अपना खुद का थॉट लगा के सोच पा रहा है. सो ही इज कॉलिंग इट आर्टिफिशियल सुपर इंटेलिजेंस. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक अबाउट दिस?
Yeah, so I think the way to understand firstly the difference between AGI. So AGI is artificial general intelligence, which is to think about as a brain of an average human. So for example, let's say AGI को आप बोलेंगे कि it's the brain, it's equivalent to the brain of an average human. But ASI is actually mimicking the brain of an Einstein and multiplying it that by 1,000.
Oh wow!
So it's even higher than the most intelligent person in the world that would have been there.
100 times more.
100 times more, or even 1,000 times more for that matter, right? So that's the scale of firstly ASI. Now, why does Zuckerberg want it? I think his vision of the ASI is कि every one of us, for example, every one of person who is there, they should have their own version of the ASI, which is like an assistant, and it can help you in achieving your dreams. So, for example, अगर आपको याद होगा, हम लोग बचपन में अपने ड्रीम्स के बारे में बात करते हैं कि I want to be astronaut, I want to be cricketer. But assume करो कि वो ASI as an assistant is there with you since the birth, and it starts guiding your actions in a way that you can actually achieve that dream, right? That's his vision. But I think at the same time it's scary, right? Because you don't know that how the AI is going to, again, if it is left unchecked, अगर उसमें guardrails नहीं है, अगर आपने उसे proper direction नहीं रखी है, उसमें limitations नहीं है, then it can go in any direction. Absolutely. It can even put up the people to do criminal activities as an example, right? So I think it's all about how are you regulating it, and that's where the responsibility of these platforms also becomes very, very important.
Yes.
Right? I mean, platforms like Meta, OpenAI, AI for that matter, they all have to ensure that there are regulations, they are training it on the right amount of data, right kind of data, they are not biasing it. So all of these checks have to be done by the platforms as well as the people who are using these systems, whether it is the children or whether it is the parents. They also have their own responsibilities when they are using or interacting with these models.
But don't you think ये ह्यूमंस को कहीं ना कहीं निकम्मा बनाने की कोशिश हो रही है एक तरह से? इट्स लाइक मेरे को तो लग रहा है ये किसी किस्म का वो चल रहा है, यू नो, क्योंकि अगर आप चैट जीपीटी का एग्जांपल लो हिमांशु, बिकॉज आई हैव चिल्ड्रन and chat gpt has become like a very common discussion amongst children, you know, at the age of 16, 15. अगर आप उनसे कोई सवाल पूछो या उन्हें कोई प्रोजेक्ट वर्क मिलता है,
Yeah.
चैट जीपीटी में आप सीधा बस टाइप कीजिए आपको क्या चाहिए, क्या कंटेंट चाहिए, कितने वर्ड्स का चाहिए, आपको वर्ड टू वर्ड आपको वो मिल जाएगा. हमारे टाइम में हम लोग रिसर्च करते थे, बुक्स खोलते थे, वी वुड लुक अराउंड, वी वुड टॉक टू पीपल. लेकिन आज की जनरेशन आई थिंक वो अपना खुद का ब्रेन ना यूज करके चैट जीपीटी को यूज कर रही है. सो ये जो सुपर इंटेलिजेंस की जो बात हो रही है, एज कम्पेयर टू दिस, डू यू थिंक इन द कमिंग डेज it's going to give good results?
So, okay, I'll give you one example from the past, right? So, for example, जब calculators आए थे, तो काफी लोग बोलते थे कि हमारा maths करने का let's say जो तरीका है या फिर हमारी जो math की proficiency है वो reduce हो जाएगी. But actually में ऐसा हुआ नहीं, क्योंकि we started working after other kind of challenges or bigger problems. I see AI in the same way. कि AI is a tool. Now, obviously, it is definitely helping us to understand all of the data which is out there and get it summarized and do things faster, which is all the routine work. For example, past mein mere ko maybe I would have to go up to Google, I would have to go to multiple links and finally prepare my report. Now I don't need to do that because wo sara ka sara kaam is being done by Perplexity or let's say directly by the ChatGPT and whatnot.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think the most important thing is we should not lose the human touch, right? So, for example, speaking to other people.
Precisely, that's what I was trying to say.
Exactly. So, I think that's the more larger point. One is obviously doing the research where AI can play a big role, but we should not forget what makes us human. So, what makes us human is the empathy. What makes us human is speaking to other people, understanding their viewpoint. I think all of that has to continue to happen, and that's where the teachers have a big role to play.
Absolutely.
They cannot just leave everything to AI. They have to get involved. Their roles itself will evolve now. So a teacher will not just be doing the rote learning and helping them in preparing the test. They actually have to start understanding ki how can they organize a collaboration? How can they ensure that people are
a balance has to be created.
Yes.
So मतलब education system को AI बहुत बड़े तरीके से affect कर रहा है और आने वाले टाइम में आपके हिसाब से how do you think the education system might change according to your understanding of AI?
I think what will happen is we will all have our own personalized AI companions or let's say AI teachers, which is going to be let's say tied to every single student. So हर किसी का अपना खुद का एक AI system होगा and it will be guiding it at every point of time. For example, let's say मैं maths में weak हूँ, so it will understand that I am weak at maths and how it can make me better with a guided course and all of that. But at the same time, I think we will still need those teachers. We will still need that human touch. You cannot just leave the people only to the AI side of it because otherwise they will lose the collaboration and some of the other work which actually needs like a lot of collaboration.
Correct.
Because not everything that we do in life is just based on our own individual research. At the end of the day, we are a social animal. So we need to be engaged socially with the other humans in the different kinds of work that we need to do. So it will evolve in a way where we will have a personalized companion and the role of a teacher will evolve from just preparing the lessons, just giving the basic lessons etc to the students and evolve more into giving them strategy, getting them more into the collaboration and human related work.
I think it also involves a lot of infrastructure ka creation hona and expenditure hona. It is not just related to just having AI, बहुत बड़ा काम है ये कि पूरे के पूरे स्कूल को कन्वर्ट करना into this kind of. I think it will take a long time.
It will take a long time, and I think you know what my biggest fear is. My biggest fear is कि the students are actually evolving. They are adapting to technology much faster, but the teachers who are a little older, they are not there yet.
We have to pace up.
Exactly, and there is a big gap there because now these students they don't get any guidance from the teachers about AI, so they are then going out and doing the things which they are not supposed to do. Right, just like Instagram, for example, as a platform, it's created so much complex in young people in terms of perfect body shapes, in terms of perfect travels, destinations, and whatnot, right? And all of this is completely unchecked because the parents don't know how to use this technology. They don't understand the repercussions. Teachers, they are just starting to understand this. So there's a big gap which is there today with the younger generation and the older generation, and I think that needs to be filled quickly.
But are we moving away from the reality in that case? जो reality है, जो सच्चाई है, क्या हम ये AI हमें उस reality से दूर ले जा रहा है?
I think again the platforms have a big role to play here, is what I would say. Definitely, if you go to the Instagram, your Instagram, my Instagram, or even someone else's will be very very different. because of the way how we are interacting with these platforms, right? Now, for example, if I'm interested in very ambitious things which are around travel destinations and all, the kind of content will be around that. And the kind of reality for me will be very, very different compared to, let's say, someone who is maybe sitting in Singapore or someone who is sitting in San Francisco. So definitely these platforms amplify and change the content in a way which influences your mind. And that's why it is very important for, firstly, you to become aware of the harmful effects of these platforms. And at the same time, how do you ensure that these platforms are being regulated? And that's where the governments, that's where these platforms themselves have to play a big role on how do you ensure that these biases are not coming in the data, you're not guiding the people in the wrong direction, right? So all of that has to go hand in hand. It cannot be that these platforms are left unchecked.
Because teachers को तो आप फिर भी train कर सकते हो, you know, you can have a workshop for them and they can come at level with the students understanding. लेकिन घर पे आप इसे कैसे कंट्रोल करोगे? Because I think हर घर में आज एक फोन तो है ही. Let's say कि लैपटॉप ना हो, iPad ना हो, but एक फोन जरूर है. Like I heard of a case yesterday where PUBG खेलता था एक बच्चा 13 साल का. The father took the phone away from him, he committed suicide. So ये जो गेम्स आ गई हैं आजकल, रोब्लॉक्स है या फिर माइनक्राफ्ट है, ये बच्चों को इतना जबरदस्त ग्लू करके रखता है. दे आर इंटरेस्टिंग, नो डाउट, बट इसको कैसे पेरेंट्स कैन सेफगार्ड देयर चिल्ड्रन अगेंस्ट सच केसेस?
Yeah, so I think it definitely, firstly, I think the important part is for parents to start embracing the technology rather than starting to shut the technology, because ये technology तो आएगी, आप उसे रोक नहीं पाओगे, right? I mean, even let's say you ban something, the younger generation is very creative. They will go through VPN. Exactly. They will go through VPN and they will get the apps and whatnot, right? So it's very difficult to firstly, you cannot stop it. So you have to embrace it. That's the first step. So you should start understanding what the technology is, how it is being used, and then you start putting the guardrails in. Right, so the guardrails can be in terms of work. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of work for the parents, and I think that's where the platform also need to have a responsibility. For example, Netflix में आपका kid mode होता है, as an example, right? Where it's a kid safe zone, and you know there won't be any NSFW content.
You have YouTube Kids also.
YouTube Kids is
it's for parents to know that ना. पहले parents को पता तो हो उसके बारे में.
Exactly. So I think the first responsibility is to learn and then embrace AI and understand what are the harmful effects of it, and then start regulating it. If you just regulate it without understanding, then also it is not going to work.
The moving times, you're saying they call for change in even parents and elder generation.
Of course. Right. They have to start becoming flexible. Of course, for the grandparents, I don't know how easy it will be because they are very far generation away.
I think काफी मुझे लगता है adaptable generation है हमारी grandparents वाली भी, because when I see the generation of grandparents जब फोन के साथ होते हैं तो they are able, देखो जब Paytm आया या जब ये आया, बहुत सारे frauds हुए, बहुत पैसा निकला लोगों का. You know, my own family में somebody lost a lot of money because of a little fraud on Paytm, because वो जो आपका link forward कर दिया and all that.
Correct.
So cases हुए, situations हुई, but then the lessons were learned. But then इसको regulate करने के लिए जैसा आप कह रहे हो, so true, I think it's very important. Now tell me one thing, Himanshu, एक बहुत important discussion चलती है आजकल कि AI will take away your jobs in the next 5 to 10 years. ये एक बहुत common एक fear is amongst the generation, including our generation, कि भैया पे सब करना पड़ेगा वरना AI will take away. आपके हिसाब से अगले कुछ सालों में क्या AI सारी jobs खा जाएगा, या because we are humans, we are still over them, it is not so? What is your take?
Yeah, so I think for this we should look at the history. कि पास्ट में चलते हैं कि पास्ट में कैसे हुआ जब भी कोई टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट आया, राइट? लेट्स से स्टीम इंजन आया, लेट्स से इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आई, लेट्स से इंटरनेट आया, कंप्यूटर आया. सो ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि जॉब सारी चली गई. इट्स जस्ट दैट जॉब्स इवॉल्व्ड, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल आज के दिन में यू हैव डेटा साइंटिस्ट, यू हैव सोशल मीडिया मैनेजर. ऑल ऑफ दीज जॉब्स दे डिड नॉट एग्जिस्ट 50 years ago, but all of them happened because social media came, because internet came, because computers came. So the way to think about it is कि our jobs are definitely going to get reinvented. Each and every job is going to get transformed, which will include a lot of AI knowledge also. Correct. So I think the best way to look at this entire job change and taking away the job narrative is how do you upscale yourself? आप AI को use करके how do you get into an area which will actually ensure that you are not impacted by this AI wave? And I'll give you one context, one framework from one of the recent books that I'm reading, which is AI 2041. So it's basically a sci-fi book which talks about how the AI in the future is going to look like. And usme one of the one of the sections of the book talks about which are the kind of jobs that will continue to be thrive despite of all the AI changes that will happen, right? And the way the author looks at it is he looks at XY scale. So one scale he looks at asocial versus social jobs. So for example, which are the jobs which need social skill like human collaboration and all that, and which are the ones which don't need. That is one type. The second thing that they look at is more of, is it a routine boring job versus a creative type of job? Right. So now based on that framework, they basically plot all the jobs on a 2x2 and they understand ki, for example, if something is routine and something is asocial, जैसे data entry हो गया या accountant हो गया, those are the kind of job which will get automated very quickly, because there the AI can quickly read through all of that large amount of data, understand the pattern and change it. But let's say a job like a doctor as an example, which still needs a social interaction, because you will not trust a machine with your surgery. You will still need a doctor, a human to be there, जो कि आपको guide करेगा, जो कि आपका treatment plan करेगा, जो कि आपके साथ empathize करेगा, right? So those kind of jobs will continue to be there and they will actually thrive, or let's say reinvent, where AI will become a very strong part of it.
But Himanshu, I think आजकल, in fact recently हमने काफी ऐसी news सुनी है जहाँ पे AI के थ्रू कुछ operations conduct हुए हैं, successful operations have been conducted. So this actually is happening. So अभी एक आधा नंबर है, but in the coming years जो आप कह रहे हो कि doctors का human touch जरूरी है, which is true. But अगर आपका कोई काम एक मशीन पूरी कर पा रही है तो उतने ज्यादा इंडिविजुअल्स को रख के what will a company do?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. But I think काफी सारा, by the way, जो news आती हैं operations completely machine ने करा without any human intervention. Firstly, I think a lot of them are sensationalized, and I think that's fake news is another a big area that maybe we should go into later. But I think coming back to the doctor aspect of it, right? So doctor का एक काम तो है कि firstly identify करना कि what are the challenges, and that's where they are actively starting to use the AI. So the best doctors of today, they are already using AI to spot which the human eye or their own experience is not able to understand. So that's first. But at the same time, the doctor-patient relationship is not just about diagnosis and identifying. It goes much beyond that, right? They understand our emotions, they understand, they have a relationship with us, and it's more about understanding the emotional aspects, the emotional need. Like, and you need someone to talk to.
Correct.
Which I think will continue to be there, which I don't think it's very easily replaceable, at least in the foreseeable future. Maybe, like, 50 years down the line, maybe you could have directly humanoid doctors which are there. Maybe that could be a possibility. But I think at least in the foreseeable future, I still feel that doctor or let's say even nurses as a job, they will continue to be there.
In which other professions, according to you, might get affected majorly? और कहाँ पे ज़्यादा affect नहीं होगा?
Yeah. So I think again talking about the same framework, anything which is boring or routine, right? I think that will definitely and which is also asocial, by the way. That will definitely get replaced. So anyone, for example, let's say a data entry हो गया या फिर data manipulation, data cleaning. So all of those kind of jobs are already starting to go away, by the way. Even at AI Palette, we are not using, previously we used to have like a very large data science team, and a lot of that team also used to focus on data cleaning. But आज के दिन में AI से आप इतना सारा data cleaning कर लेते हो, you don't need like a very large team. So I think those changes are already start to happen, and that's where it is very important for the younger generation, the upcoming generation, to upskill themselves in the right kind of skill set, which they can then be job ready for the future.
मतलब स्कूल लेवल पे AI की नॉलेज इम्पार्ट करना बहुत ज़्यादा इनएविटेबल हो चुका है कि बच्चों को AI के बारे में कमिंग टाइम्स में क्या AI इम्पैक्ट करेगा के बारे में बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि अच्छा इसका एक डार्क एस्पेक्ट के बारे में बात करते हैं हिमांशु, हमने डीप फेक वीडियोस के बारे में सुना है ऑफ लेट, जहाँ पे किसी इंसान का फेस और वॉइस लेकर आप वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर देते हैं, उसका AI वर्जन प्रोजेक्ट कर देते हैं. इसके बारे में आप प्लीज कुछ बताइए, which you think we all should know.
Yeah. So अगर आप देखेंगे deepfake, I think this is that one technology which I fear the most, and this is something which does not make me sleep at night. Right? क्योंकि कल के दिन में let's say आपका खुद का deepfake वीडियो अगर आ जाए, so it can have a very negative impression about you, and by the time आप damage control करोगे, it would have already become viral. Right? Now talking about the deepfake as a technology, again it has multiple aspects to it. So one is the deepfake video, but apart from that you have the deepfake image and deepfake voice as well. Now deepfake image is something which is very very simple कि आपका कोई एक image है और उसमें like I can superimpose and change the structure in a way and a lot of the apps for example which are out there they are doing exactly this, right? So they are doing the nudify of these the images of any person,
right?
Like
the face and
exactly. So they are now this technology used to be there in the past as well in 2018 and so on and so forth, but that time the technology was not very hyper realistic. So उस समय पता चल जाता था कि ये फेक है. आज के दिन में that line has got blurred. Today the AI is able to generate very hyper realistic कि आप differentiate नहीं कर पाएंगे कि whether it is human or whether it is whether it is actual human or is it a AI morphed or AI created that, right? So that's one. Similarly, if you talk about the AI, the deepfake voice, now that is also another thing which is causing a lot of scams to happen. There was this one of the scam which became very very popular. This was about one of the UK based person, a UK based company CEO, who actually got a call from his Germany based boss and who asked him to transfer some huge amount of money to a Hungarian supplier. Now, obviously, this person was asked to do it by the CEO of the company who was sitting in the Germany.
So he won't question him.
So he won't question him. And one thing which the person also mentioned is the voice was very near perfect. उसमें एक German accent तक था जो कि उसके boss का बहुत closely associated था. And that's why he did not even think twice. He just went through it and just transferred the money. So you can imagine, right? It's very very difficult to start blurring कि क्या real है क्या नहीं है. Similarly, during the time of, let's say, talk about the deepfake video. At the time of Lok Sabha election in 2024, there was this video of Ranveer Singh and Amir Khan which came out, and it was also the where they were talking about something which was against the current ruling party, which is the BJP, and they were asking to support the Congress government. And then both the actors actually had to come on board and mention that this is a fake video and don't listen to it. But that is not the understanding which the common people will have. Because by the time उन्हें पता चला, exactly, the damage was already done. I mean, people already thought कि अच्छा Amir Khan is not supporting the BJP, right? So a lot of this can influence and can have ripple effects throughout our the way in which we operate, and that's why it's very very important to keep this technology in check. And to be honest, right now the pace at which it is evolving, it's very very difficult.
Do you think our government should do something about it? क्योंकि at large public को information देना it's not as easy. I mean, some kind of ऐसी कुछ चीजें आनी चाहिए जहाँ से हम general public को aware कर सकें, especially the people who are from very small towns, जो बहुत ज़्यादा जल्दी manipulate हो जाते हैं. Correct. So you think that this should be happening?
Oh, for sure. I think the regulation is the key, and I think we are far behind in terms of regulation today. Technology is moving very very fast, and even the younger generation are adopting it and doing so many different things. But जो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से जो चेक्स आनी चाहिए, जो प्लेटफॉर्म की खुद की चेक्स आनी चाहिए, as an example, they are missing today, and lot of people are able to use these tools in any way that they want, right? So it's very scary right now that this technology just being given out in the hands of the people who don't know how to use it.
So these few years are very crucial. आने वाला समय जो है काफी crucial. आपने कहा कि it doesn't let you sleep. Tell me, ऐसा ही AI का एक invention बताइए which excites you the most.
So I think one thing which excites me the most is the multimodal AI. So multimodal AI को आप इस तरीके से समझ सकते हैं कि past में क्या होता था and also which has been predominantly about AI is कि वो text वगैरह को समझ के it is able to come out with an answer. Right. But let's say beyond text, which is where you start involving the speech, which is where you start involving the video, basically starting to mimic a human. क्योंकि आज हमारे 5 सेंसेस होते हैं. We are able to see, we are able to hear, we are able to taste, smell, and then touch, right? But AI में आज के दिन में the only text is the one which or let's say the vision is the one which is solved, but जो touch हो गया या फिर smell हो गया या फिर taste हो गया, they are not solved yet. But multimodal AI is something which is moving towards that direction. So कल के दिन में अगर हमें वो humanoid robots को अगर same level पे लाना है of human, then you need the multimodal to actually work. Correct. Right, and I think that's definitely exciting technology on how you can do it. I think the amplifications are obviously too many, right? For example, how we can become a multi-planet species. हम लोग चांद तक जा चुके हैं, but let's say how can we have a colony there? How can we have a colony on Mars? How can we go beyond what we see in the
इस पे
solar
काम चल
system.
रहा है. People
Exactly,
are already
people are-
thinking of it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Elon Musk is obviously working on
Yes.
that, like, you know, at his own pace.
Hmm.
But I think this technology, if we are able to amplify it, I think nothing like it, right? We'll be able to take a weekend, let's say a long weekend trip to moon as an example,
Oh
right?
my, yeah.
या फिर मतलब हम बोल सकते हैं अपने बच्चों को कि हम चाँद की सैर करके
ये
आए.
Chandrayaan is in the same process. It is they are doing this so
Correct.
that we can actually, you know, as normal humans can
Yeah.
travel to
Exactly.
moon,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So मतलब इसका आपका मतलब ये है जो निचोड़ में समझ पा रही हूँ कि जो टेक्नोलॉजी के ओनर्स हैं उन पे बहुत बड़ा एक उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, जिम्मेदारी है टू कंट्रोल दिस नाउ. क्योंकि अगर ये अभी आपके हाथ से निकल गया देन आई डोंट थिंक इट्स विल इट वोंट बी रिवर्सिबल.
Yeah, that's true. I think अगर AI का खुद का mind हो गया as an example,
Yes.
and again we don't know what the implications of that could be. It could be positive, very positive also, but at the same time you don't know. It could be negative
Unlikely.
also. Right?
Very less
and,
likely.
And you don't know, right? And I think that uncertainty is something which is scarce. Because if it's, I mean, think of it as a simple example, right? I mean, forget, let's say, so AGI is obviously at a next level, but अगर आप AGI को भी अभी छोड़ के, let's say, if you just focus on fake news and all of these different things, right? All of these are very controversial things because they polarize the people.
Yes.
Even during the elections or even during wars.
True.
Right? There are online wars that are being done.
Yes.
Because people are getting polarized. आज के दिन में Twitter में there is so much amount of racist comments which are out there against Indians.
Absolutely. Right? I think Twitter, sorry to say, but has become a place of hatred. वहाँ पे इतना ज़्यादा hatred है.
True.
So you're right. In fact,
and Indians are like, you know, just getting left, right, and center. Everyone is putting very racist comments around the Indians as a whole.
Absolutely, it's very concerning. And अभी की जो generation है, you know, they are not taking care of it. तो आगे आने वाली generation is already lacking in many emotional aspects of our thing, you know.
True.
But online information जो हम feed करते हैं on a daily basis, आप अपना address डाल रहे हो, Amazon से shopping कर रहे हो, Myntra से shopping कर रहे हो, या इतने सारे websites आ गई हैं, आप काफी personal details उसमें add करते हो. ये कैसे अफेक्ट कर सकता है एक इंसान की लाइफ में उसको? हाउ कैन इट अफेक्ट एडवर्सली?
See, firstly, I would say कि जो ऑनलाइन प्राइवेसी की हम बात करते हैं वो तो सबसे बड़ा मिथ है, because today most of these companies, while they say they are protecting your data, but then they are obviously monetizing the data as well.
True.
That is first. Secondly, having a lot of public content out there makes you more susceptible to having deepfake attacks. What I mean by that is कि let's say अगर आपका कोई voice sample है या आपकी कोई वीडियो है या फिर आपकी कोई इमेज है, अगर आपका डिजिटली ये सब डेटा है, it can be easily used to create a digital avatar of you, to create a fake video of you easily, as compared to someone who does not have any digital footprint. अगर मेरे पास आपका voice sample नहीं है, so I cannot create your deep fake voice as an example. So definitely it is advised to not put out a lot of the, like, you know, content out there, but at the same time it is also something which is impractical. Because us being in the, let's say you are in a space where you have to do a podcast, right? I am in a space where I am an entrepreneur. I have to speak and provide my views to the world. So I cannot be in a space where I cannot give any information, right? So वो information तो मुझे देनी ही पड़ेगी on the publicly channel. So I think here a lot of responsibility comes again of the regulation. What is the regulation being done by the government? What is the regulation being done by the platform? And also the pace at which we are developing the models which can differentiate a AI created one from a human created one.
True.
Right? Obviously it's becoming more difficult to now identify the gap, but there a lot of work has to be done by the community, by the regulations, by the governments, etc.
क्योंकि ना ऐसा मुझे एक बात ध्यान आई, कई बार हमें कहा जाता है कि घर में एलेक्सा सबके पास है आजकल, आपकी सीरी है आपके पास विच इज लिसनिंग, वो कहते हैं कि अपना एलेक्सा जो है उसको स्विच ऑफ मोड पे रखो, इफ यू आर नॉट लिसनिंग टू म्यूजिक और एनीथिंग जस्ट स्विच इट ऑफ. इज इट रियली लिसनिंग टू अस? क्या एलेक्सा जैसी चीजें, आई एम नॉट ओनली सिंगलिंग आउट एलेक्सा, इट इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल आई एम टेकिंग, क्या ये हमारे पर्सनल इंफॉर्मेशन को गैदर करके आर दे ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट अनदर वर्जन ऑफ अस?
I think it's a controversial topic. Obviously, if you ask Amazon, वो तो हमेशा deny करेंगे if they are not doing it. But I do feel at the end of the day, अगर कोई product आपको सस्ते में दिया जा रहा है, तो data is the way in which they are monetizing it.
Wow.
Right? So I think if the product is being given to you for free, then you are the product.
How true.
And which is what is happening in cases of, let's say, social media as an example, because they are understanding all your likes, dislikes,
Yes.
आप क्या पसंद करते हो, what are the things that you are interested in, whether it is movies, whether it is food, whether it is travel, और उसके basis पे they create like a persona, and on the basis of that only they are providing all these advertisements to you.
How true. And there have been cases जहाँ पे लोगों ने अपनी live location डाली है and people have come and murdered them there. ये भी न्यूज मैंने सुनी है जहाँ पे किसी ने अपनी लाइव लोकेशन डाली थी इन इंस्टाग्राम एंड उसका कोई एडवर्सरी था, he reached that location and that person was on the spot, you know. तो it's like, but you know, we are so hyper connected आजकल, thanks to social media, thanks to WhatsApp, इतने बड़े बड़े ग्रुप बने हुए हैं, 100 लोग उस ग्रुप में हैं. How do you see AI affecting the relationships in real life?
Got it. See, आज के दिन में भी अगर आप देखेंगे in the age of social media, like you rightly mentioned कि हमारे बहुत सारे groups बने हुए हैं, but then how many of them are we actually in touch with, right? I mean,
personally connected
to, right? I mean, all of them we are just having some messages and all that. Even in case of birthday, as an example, we are wishing them happy birthday on a message, on a group, right? But we are not even picking up a call or meeting them or celebrating it. Right, so I think that human touch, that human emotion is definitely on a decline, and with AI companions which are on the rise. So AI companions is kind of like an app where you can actually converse with these AIs, like, you know, AI generated avatars. It could be in form of an AI girlfriend, AI boyfriend, as an example.
Oh my God.
Now all of this will definitely right. So all of that is going to affect the way in which you have a human connection. And it's very scary, to be very honest with you. And I know there's a lot of push being given for these AI companions, but I think we have to use them very, very carefully, and they have to be regulated as well. A lot of these AI companions are also NSFW, so they are generating the content, the bodies which are very, very perfect, which in human life you will not find.
Not possible. क्योंकि as humans we have our flaws. हमारे में कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे you know habits होती हैं जो हमारे शायद पार्टनर को पसंद नहीं आती हैं. That is how we learn to एक दूसरे की you know shortcomings के साथ हम रहना सीखते हैं. We build our tolerance. तो I think ये सब चीजें आप बहुत rightly आप कह रहे हो कि it's going to affect the tolerance level in a very big way, क्योंकि आपके दिमाग में एक perfect figure बन चुका है और आपको वो AI दे रहा है, but you're not feeling it actually. तो but do you think that आप क्या रेकमेंड करते हो कि क्या ऐसी चीजें आनी चाहिए मार्केट में, या गवर्नमेंट शुड हैव सम रेगुलेशन ओवर दिस?
I think definitely regulation needs to be there. See, the way to think about the AI companion is, in certain cases, there could be people like, you know, jinka, let's say they might have had some relative who is not there anymore, and maybe they want to have some sort of like a connection, right? So those cases, yes, maybe there is a value that is being provided. But it completely changing and it completely being applied to each and every individual, I think that's where the regulation needs to be there. And I think currently we are definitely lacking in that, is what I feel. Because काफी सारी these apps are doing rounds on your like, you know, the app store and whatnot. Even on Instagram, if you go, a lot of these advertisements are coming up about these AI companion. I mean, yesterday itself I was seeing a particular AI companion which was about Sushant Singh Rajput, right, who is not there anymore, but then that AI companion can actually allow you to talk to him and like, you know, in his own voice or messaging style and whatnot, right? So obviously it's a very copyright issue. It's a big copyright issue, by the way. It's a big issue in terms of your own understanding, our own emotional understanding and relationship building and whatnot.
उनको लग रहा है कि they are trying to create something really interesting, but actually you're right, it's privacy में आप अंदर घुस रहे हैं किसी भी privacy में, right? क्योंकि मैंने देखा recently, like you mentioned about AI generated था, AI numerology pages थे, AI astrology pages थे, तो जो real astrologers हैं कहीं ना कहीं उन्हें ही feed in किया होगा AI में वो information. But अगर ये AI के अंदर सारी information एक बार feed हो गई, then who will want to reach out to the real people? You know, isn't that oh god, this is really very interesting, a very interesting take you have given on this. Thank you Himanshu. I think we've had a great chat today, और जो आपने information आज दी हैं, I hope that you know it goes down to the I think cellular level, क्योंकि ये बहुत ज़रूरी है, and AI has become such an important aspect of our lives today. इसके बिना रहना बहुत मुश्किल भी हो गया है, and I think impossible होगा आने वाले समय में. So viewers, I think आप लोगों ने आज इस podcast में कुछ ऐसा जाना होगा जो I'm sure you must be looking at कि ये है क्या, ये कैसे होता है, what exactly are the myths behind it. So I'm sure most of your questions must have been solved today. So please do share this podcast with your friends, with your family, so that उनको भी इसके बारे में कुछ और information मिल पाए. And all of you all, आप लोग सब जागरूक रहिए. Get yourself to the level of the AI. Do not let technology take over you. You are above the technology. And with this, I'll sign off from here. And अगली बार मैं फिर मिलूंगी आपसे with something really interesting, something like this. And goodbye till then.